So hello all. In this video, I'll going to say the the easiest way to uh, study or revise the 12th standard accountancy portion before the examinations, or just a week or a month to start for studying of an accounting paper. Actually, as per 12th standard of cbse is concerned, you have been uh, having a chapters from partnership accounts, and you go with npo, and also you also going with shares, debentures, and your third book completely deals with cash flow statement and other ratio analysis. Okay, these are the complete portion you have it. In first book, I'm commonly knowing the book, the name T.S. Grewal. In the book of T.S. Grewal, I'm saying, if anybody else other than CBSE students or CBSE students who are following any other book, literally I'm speaking that any schools is following different type of T.S. Grewal other than T.S. Grewal books, no issues. Moreover, or might be the one or two lessons may be different and the sums may be different. Otherwise, the conceptual part will be same, and the CBSE curriculum is this. So, for state board, you might be adding with some one or two chapters extra, or else you might be ended with one or two chapters lower than what I'm saying till now. So nothing, on the day before the examinations you might get one day leave, or else when I was studied I even not get a day to learn. Actually, I attended business subject, and next day itself accountancy, but for business we used to get 10 days. But rather than all those things, I'll be saying that a one day holiday might be, you may end up with one day holiday, since it is in covid. At least they have to provide a time to arrange all those benches, and they have to maintain all those covid precautions, so that the cbse may give you one day time, either or less, or rather or this, whatever the case may be, whether you get, whether you're not, you'll be having the whole night. And from evening itself you'll be having. I was not taking into consideration the afternoon, because you has been attending your previous examinations, you have been done with your questions, you will be done with your paper. When you come to home, take a good meal, full stomach meal, have a sleep, deep sleep, no phone, no all those things, because they might be end up you in some disaster. Because you might be done well the paper, but really the paper, you might feel the paper was okay, not such a great tough, but the things, that your confidence level may come to drop down. So that don't take a risk, just don't open any of your phones, nothing else. Just communicate with your parents if so, or else you don't communicate to any other persons, because they are the one, they will motivate you other than everybody else. I done well, you done well, you done well, I don't done well, this is the quarrels go among them. So as for now, this is the things. Okay, so the main part is, what are the things to be scheduled, that means what are the chapters to be covered first in the revision part. Why I'm saying this again and again means, uh, the chapters, that the chapters are heavy. You can't complete. If you try to solve the questions the day before, then you might be even end up in not solving one full chapter even. So your practice must be happen before a month before itself, the revision I'm saying. Okay, so the 12th standard accountancy revisions, I might say that you have to first take up your goodwill chapter. You have to complete the 5 or 6 types of different types of solving goodwills. After that, you have to skip over to change in profit ratio. Your goodwill chapter might be taking, if you are even the fresher to go with the chapter also, it may take half an hour or 45 minutes, because that's a goodwill chapter is full of formulas only. Okay, why I'm saying this, the forthcoming chapters are mostly, or why mostly, the full with deal with your goodwill part only. That's why I'm saying, because some questions may end up in average goodwill, something with super goodwill, super profit goodwill, something with capitalized average profit goodwill, so something like that. So first first ever, my tactics of clearing accountancy of 12th with great good marks of 98 out of 100 is because of this strategy only. But I really practiced and solved all the questions. That you have to keep in mind. If at all no problem, you might also, if your concentration applicability mind is great, or else you when you read some formulas, you have to apply somewhere when they ask, so that you done well, that's it. You don't need even a great effort for it. But still, the chapters, first goodwill solving, second you chapter you have to move is from accountancy 12th is your change in profit sharing ratio. I'm not saying you have to go through all the pages, I'm saying just to go through new profit sharing ratio formula, hold profit ratio formula, then sacrificing, gaining, and then revaluation account tactics. That means what is your debit, when is your credit, and your all your reserves partitioning. That's it. You have to done with this. Don't go deeper inside. You might be end up the whole night with that chapter only. Don't go. These are the things you have to revise in change in profit ratio. If more than this also, just keep it aside. First you have to revise the formulas of the old and new ratios, sacrificing gaining ratios, and you have to done with your revaluations account, what are to be debited, what are to be credited. After that you have to go with your uh, reserves to be, that means workman compensation reserve, or your investment reserve, investment fluctuations reserve, what is the effect treatment for general reserve, and what is the treatment for goodwill entry. This is the first chapter you might be introduced with the goodwill entry. You have to be very conscious of the entries, because you already solved how to calculate the firm's goodwill. Now you have to, in this chapter you are learning how to treat the existing books of goodwill and new books goodwill. Okay, that's the only thing. After this chapter, so for this two chapter you might be end up with 1 hour, that's it. I'm saying greatly, if you was already with a lot of practices with this chapter, just you have to take 15 or 20 minutes maximum. That 10 minutes, this 10 minutes, because just revising the formulas, that's it. Not a great deal. I'm not even saying one term, one sum you have to solve. I'm saying just you have to go through the formula, revise, memorize the formulas. So the next chapter you have to move is admission. In that admission you have to go with the 3 cases of questions. Okay, after admission, so 3 cases you have to see with the examples, you have to see simultaneously, go to the scanner part, just to see the adjustments, solve with the sum, then come back. After admission you have to go with your retirement, solve 5 cases. But sorry for that, admission there is one goodwill, different treatment of arising goodwill. Okay, that means new books of goodwills arisement, there are many cases. That mean hidden goodwill, partly bringing goodwill, directly payment for the effect of goodwill. So all the such things you have to very clear. So in admission, first you have to find what is the treatment for different types of goodwills you have to do. After that you have to read the 3 cases in admission, then you have to revise your scanum, then again come back to your retirement chapter. Again you have to, here the same things will arise, what is the treatment of goodwill, so no need to revise again. You're having that conscious of goodwill, already you've been revising with that. So that now in retirement you have to do 5 cases, really important, never miss it. You have to invest a lot of time in this chapter, because if the cbse tries to twist you or make you to lower your paper grade, they might, or else they'll keep their hands over the retirement of the cases. So be very clear on your concept part of that 5 cases. Then again the same strategy, move on to the scanner, solve all the scanner sums if possible. Otherwise you just see all the adjustments, what is the treatment of this adjustment, then come back. You here itself you have the greatest confidence enough. Then after retirement, death is nothing else, so you can easily solve death. And moreover the death, in death there is a, what is the thing you have to revise is the 2 Two, treatment for your net profit. That means the net profit till the partner dies in the firm. Okay, so two effects. One is average method. Second is your sales and sales and sales turnover method. You have to be very clear of it. After that, loan settlement, and you'll be getting in death. If you're getting some questions in death, and you might be end up not only in solving the account, you also may need to solve your executor's settlement account, which is more important. So that is the only thing you have to revise. Which question as your settlement of your executor's balance with along with interest of 6 months, 9 months, 3 months, all those factors you have to solve that sum. That's only thing in death. After death and suspense account, all those things you have to read. Just read the format of death. Do whatever say. I said two formulas for calculating of that profit till the partner died. After that, you have to move towards that questions which says that settlement for an executor account. Here you will be done with admission, retirement, and death. Dissolution chapter go. Just see the difference between dissolution of partner, dissolution of firm. After that, go with your format only format. After solving format, straightly jump over to your scanner sums. In scanner sums, try to understand, observe, or if possible solve all the dissolution sums in scanner. You'll be done greatly with it. So after that, back to, if you still feel that you was not still confident with the solution, then you can see the illustration sum. Then that's more enough for the solutions. You will be remaining with only one chapter, that is your NPO. If you was not comfortable with your second book, or else you might feeling you feeling that you was greater struggling over your shares, please friends, please don't take that book. Come over to your NPO. In NPO, first see the format and all the legal terminologies like legacy, government grant, what is the treatment of it, capital, opening capital. See all those formalities like formats and what is the meaning of legacy, what is the treatment of it, how the treatment for all those things will happen. Then also you have to go with the statement of outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses of current year, last year, all those adjustment format. Just see the format. Try to understand the illustration sums. In what is the things they'll ask, you have to be very clear of it in PU. Then go to the scanner scene, see the scanner sums. If you was not still confident, clear, or see all your illustration sums, please be done that night, or else by 8 or 9 with your first book completely. After that, if you was very much strong in second book, if you feel that you are really strong, because I was very strong on my second book, even I was not touched my second book for my examination, because I know very well that chapter actually, because of my teachers, I will say. I was very confident in my shares and debentures chapter. If you know shares, the debentures is not at all a reason, because the same entries, the entries of the last 3 and 4 will get changed. It's not might be a greatest problem for your debentures. So if you was comfortable, if you was not comfortable with shares, at least you go with debenture chapter. You'll at least try to conceptually part of your debentures entries, that issuance, issue an entry, redemption entry, all those entry you have to be very clear. And till you're transferring your expenses to general, your last entry, you have to be very clear of your debenture chapter, because that is not even twisted chapter. That you might be getting 3 to 4 marks in 12th, so that it's not the greatest chapter as far as the 12th syllabus is concerned, cbse syllabus, but still it's important, right? Even a mark is important for us. So that I'm saying this. So you again skip over, if you was not at all, no, I was not also very confident damages, don't touch your second book. Straightly jump over your third book. First take your cash flow sums, cash flow, all the illustrations. You see your format. Do practice format 2 times at least in your notebook or rough book. Do it. After that, see all your adjustments, see all the sums in illustrations, jump over to your scanners, again see all the adjustments in that, again come back. If you was full satisfied, you're done. If you was not, then see the practical sums adjustments. Okay, after that, all small chapters. And I was a bit lower in my ratio analysis chapter, because the formulas are more. You should not take first a ratio analysis chapter, because you might get around 4 to 5 marks from this chapter, but you has got even 100 plus formulas in the chapter, so which is actually more than a formulas. The application of the formulas is more important. So yeah, most of the students, what they do the day before the examination, they don't know that chapter, they will sit only in that chapter, and they'll make waste time even not revising another chapter. That's why I'm making this video detailedly, which chapters to be done with what time, from which chapter you have to start, then which you have to end up. The moreover, the more clearly to be seen, you which chapter you know very well, start with that, because you will have a confidence that at least you have done with that chapter. You will get confident that at least you have been completed your known chapters. Okay, it should not be the case that you know some chapters, even that chapters you was not even revised at all. Okay, so that should be very clear. So you have to revise all the first chapters of the third book. You revise all those, randomly revise who is the outside creditors, what is the formula, all those things. Then the second is your inter and intrastate comparison. That is most important, because you might get 4 marks from it, 3 to 4 marks from this, which is easy, actually easy. Okay, you have to take 1 to 1.5 hour for cash flows. Next half an hour you have to complete your third book first chapter and your inter intrastate comparisons sums. That mean composition, comparative sums, comparative balance sheet, comparative P&L, common size balance sheet, common size P&L. You have to done with all those things within half an hour. So your third book should get, except that one chapter, you have to done with all the chapters in your third book. The remaining one chapter is that ratio analysis. In ratio analysis, in T.S. Grewal books, you getting that all those formulas chart in one page. I'll refer later in the page number in this video. In that page you will revise all the formulas. That's more enough, because you see that formula, you read, you memorize, or you understand whatever you do, but you do it to get marks whatever on the examination day. You see, moreover, I believe all the time the formulas to be read before the time of, that means not, I'm saying that if today morning is my examination, I'll wake up in 2:30 or 3, because I don't have such a time. Okay, so I 2:30 or 3 I'll be waking up. First I'll read all the, first I'll took, after wake uping I'll took that chapter only, because I'll only forget all those formulas, so that if I read the day evening the chapter, tomorrow morning I'll really forget, because I also gone through many chapters, right? So first I've said you that to complete all the practical chapters, that means your sum solving chapters, in this you have to memorize your formulas, you have to apply that formulas. After memorizing the formulas, you just have to see 1 or 2 illustrations next to it and see what are the illustrations along with your scanners. Please be done with that chapter. Don't take a lot of time in investing in that chapter, which is actually not worthy at all. Okay, because you will be getting 3 to 4 marks, which is absolute easy, you can solve with that chart itself. Okay, so it doesn't a big deal. So after that, come to second book. First take debentures, or if you know shares, please in shares first at least you read all those standard entries, issuing, then bank entry, then set of entry, again calls in arrears. Just do it. You don't know amount of amount settling, okay, it's not a big deal. At least in 8 you will get 4. Might be getting 4, you might, I'm not saying yes, at least you may get 2 now, that's okay now. In 8 you will may get 2 or 1 if you done with all the entry with right entries. Okay, so that only I'm saying. And that's it, friends. After shares you go with your debentures, or first do with your debentures then come with shares. It's according to you, because I not take a great deal of it, because each and every individual, when I compare, no, I was very strong in my second book. Even I said before that, same that I not even touched my second book, because I was very strong in my shares and debentures. So my full investment was in third book, which actually I was weak, because I was very much lagging in my cash flows, but I still done with it, and also I was lagging in NPO. I also done with it. So I'm humbly requesting you, go this order, or else if you was not even ready to go with this order, at least you go with the order in which you was already known whichever chapters. At least if somebody might say I was very easy or known chapter is my cash flow, first you have to revise cash flow. I know NPO, do go with it, then clear your revision of NPO. So you have to go accordingly. So all the best. I think that the good way of revising the day before the examination I said, but though I was not set with the time, because if I set the time, you might be think after seeing, if I say half an hour, 1 hour, you'll feel, oh, within half an hour I can't done, so how could I do that many chapters? No, each and every individual's capability of some chapters will be differs. For me, admission, retirement and death, I'll be done with even 1 hour itself. But it's only with the practice. When you sit even one chapter or one sum, the people may sit for 1 hour also. So I can't say that time, but that's what it's a partnership book should be done with the day night itself. I'm saying, I'm considering the time that you don't have a leave. If you have a leave, then great, whatever you think, you do lot of practice of illustrations and adjustment. Do keep on seeing your adjustment entries and treatment. Okay, so all the best for you all. Do good your 12th standard and let me comment below after your results. I'll be really seeing it, but before results, don't say that I was very much motivated and all. Motivation always comes from the individual heart. When you decide, everything will come. These are the words. When you get motivated only, actually you'll see all those things. Otherwise you not simply see all those videos and all. Okay, thank you all the best for your success in your life. Go dream a really satisfying big. Okay, thank you all, thank you so much.